Okay, hi guys. Today I wanted to share what I promised to share a bit back about different remedies that I've been blessed to add to the regimen of my household when it comes to flus and colds and asthma and things of that nature. These things are a blessing, and I had to actually add to my repertoire because the things that I was using before, such as thyme and elecampane, it was always my go-to for asthma, and it worked so much, but eventually it wasn't having the same effect anymore as it was previously. And I realized that I was supposed to not rely on certain things, but also have backup plans. So as a blessing, I was shown these other things that I was forced to recognize during my daughter's bout with asthma. And it really, really works. And I'm so thankful for it. So I really want to reach out and show you guys, because I know that all of us are groping in the dark trying to find things to add to the enrichment of our health. So here's some things that I learned, and I pray that it helps you. Please do all of your research. I'm not a doctor, but I love to share things that work for me, and I just want to bless you guys with this information, okay? So firstly, what I do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to show you my diffuser. This is one of my diffusers. What a diffuser does is you put essential oil in water along with some salt. Some people don't put salt, but I do. I put Himalayan sea salt in there, and that allows the steam to become greater than it normally would be. So here's my diffuser. It's not the best one. I have one in my daughter's bedroom that's really excellent. I'll try to include the name of that product, but you can find them on Amazon. Just put up essential oil diffusers. Now, essential oils are very, very concentrated things that are so good for the body. Oils, they're extracted from different plants. Look at that, I got it right. It was only $3.79, and this is a pretty big bottle. But I have a whole case of essential oils, and I use it for many things, from aches to pains to toothaches to earaches, all sorts of things. And this one happens to be eucalyptus oil. I use this to diffuse into the air to clean germs. If anyone has the flu in the household or the cold or whatever, it helps to clean those things out of the air. In addition, it also helps you to breathe better. So I'm going to pour just a few drops in. They're very strong, as I said. It's very potent. And so because of that, I'm only going to put 2 small drops in there. Okay, so 1, 2. This bottle I don't really like because it doesn't have a dropper. So I have to be really careful with that. So I just put a few drops in there with water, some salt. Then I cover it. And I have to be sure not to wet that little piece right there, if you can see that little piece in there. So then I cover it. I'm using one hand. Not easy. And then I cover it with the lid, carefully trying to make sure that water does not move around in the mechanism there. And then I'm just going to plug it in. Let me get the plug. I'm going to plug it in, and hopefully you guys will see the vapor or the steam diffusing into the air. Okay, I'm going to press the button on, and it begins. The lights are turning colors, you can see, and as you can see, there's steam there. It makes the house smell really, really good. It cleans the air. Sometimes I stand over it and just breathe in the vapor, and it just opens me up so much. So that's one thing for you guys that I'd love to share with you. And now I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to show you another thing. Now, many people on the internet have done this recipe here. It's wonderful. It helps a lot, and I try to keep this in my refrigerator. The one thing that people don't do is add different herbs in the concoction here that I'm going to show you in a moment. But what I do, because I know thyme is so good for asthma and for breathing problems, I add thyme to my jar here. So here I have a typical mason jar. On the bottom here I put some thyme, and I put a few things of ginger already, and I'm just going to build on that. So I did thyme, ginger. Now I'm going to add some lemon pieces. Okay. And then I'm going to add some ginger again. I kind of, go back and forth between the different ingredients in here. And I'm going to sprinkle some more thyme in. And then I'm going to build by adding some honey in there. You can try to get raw honey. Be careful, because a lot of honeys, they're adding high fructose corn syrup. Mine may take a bit to go in because I had it in the garage, so it was a little cold out there. It's snowing today, so it's a little thick. So there I go. I'm going to layer it between the ginger, the thyme, and the fresh lemon slices. And by the time I'm done, it's going to reach the top, and I'm going to shake it up a bit and then put it in the freezer. in the refrigerator. So there I go. There's some honey. I'll move it around a bit. I'm going to build again. Add some ginger, some more lemon in there. And ginger and lemon. And now I'm going to go back to some thyme. I love thyme. So fragrant. So wonderful for the lungs and for so many different things. Even when you're pregnant, it helps your pregnancy so that when you're in labor, you don't feel too much pain. So if you guys go on the internet, you could find out a lot of different remedies that you can use with thyme. So there we go. I'm going to build up. As you can see, it's almost halfway in the jar. I usually like to fill the entire jar because this will last me for about 2 weeks. Some people it lasts them a year, but me 2 weeks. As soon as I see sniffles coming or someone sneezing in the house, I just go and make a concoction of this with hot water, like a tea. And I add some other things, which I'll show you in a minute. But what's amazing about this, guys, I'm going to tell you, I hardly get sick. Colds, flus, anything like that. And when I do, though, what was it, about 2 weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night and my throat was burning. And I have to tell you, never in my life has my throat hurt. Believe it or not. No one believes that, but absolutely, I've never had my throat hurt. You know, people would say, oh, my throat is hot, my throat is burning, or my throat hurts, and I never understood what that was. I was just, even growing up, my siblings and I, there were 10 of us, we hardly ever got sick, so I never understood that lingo. But the other day, I woke up 2 weeks ago, and the pain was excruciating, and I was like, this is what people were talking about. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to get strep, I don't want antibiotics, what can I do? So I ended up making garlic like I do with the honey. And then I took the garlic with the honey and I added some cayenne pepper. And then after I did that, I took it as a spoon. And then I made myself this tea that I'm going to show you now. And I'm going to tell you within minutes, literally, my throat was better. I was able to sleep. The pain was gone. I did it for about 3 more days, 3 times a day, those remedies. And my goodness, I wasn't sick. I didn't need antibiotics or anything. So if you guys want to try that, you can. It worked for me, but as I said, what works for me may not work for everyone. So you really have to be your own doctor, And sometimes we have to make disclaimers because we don't want someone to get sick based on our own research. So I make the disclaimer for you guys because we all are made up differently, Some of us have a high tolerance for things and some of us don't. So please use caution. Be shrewd when it comes to your health and the health of your family. So, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. That really works for me. If it works for you, it would be a blessing if a lot of people could try these things and it works for them. Stuff like that makes me happy. I have some of you write me and tell me how wonderful some of the remedies have been for you and for your family. And I have to tell you, thank you so much for letting me know that because it makes me so, so happy. And it really shows honor to the Creator because essentially all is His. So thank you guys. All right, so that's it. I just built up on top of all that I made there. And as you can see, it's almost to the top. I'm going to stop off here or else this video will be forever. So there we go. It's ginger, thyme, honey, and lemon. And what I'll do is I'll shake it up a bit. I'll put it in the refrigerator. Let me add some more thyme to that. The lemon juice from the lemons are going to start to be extracted in the honey. And it's going to become more liquefied. And when it's in the refrigerator, you just take out when you need it. If you wake up and you're feeling like you might be feeling under the weather, just grab a spoon of it, pour some hot water over it, and you are good to go. And do that a couple of times a day. Stay on top of things, okay? Let me just show you the diffuser, what's going on over there. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So I hope you guys try this. I hope it works for you. And I'll be back in a minute with another remedy that's great for the respiratory system, for asthma and colds and flus. Okay? Take care, guys. Shalom and barakatham.